Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
Which brings me to your second movie, the last movie we're going to talk about. We just watched 3 crazy-ass movies. You actually watched one normal movie this week, Soto, so...
I did.
I know.
I watched normal movie. Yeah.
Let's end on a happy note. What did you watch? Why'd you watch this?
Because, Chad, like we started this, it seems like it's turning into self-torture, but we started this because, we had lost, sort of touch with all the movies that came out after we left Blockbuster. Although I think you were at Blockbuster still in the year 2013. I left in 2011. So I don't know how long you hung on to that.
2012. I just when I left, not the 2012.
Okay, so
yeah, but I left after you. But I saw it. I had an extra year. But yes, go on.
You did, yeah. So I mean, we got into it because we're trying to catch up on all the bullshit that we've missed, pretty much for the last 10 years, and even things that we haven't seen that maybe like we should have seen, right? Now it's turned into watching Sharkenstein and the bullshit that we watch.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to catch up on movies that I haven't seen it, and I used to watch. Like anytime a Tom Hanks movie came out, I would watch it. I think probably you were in the same boat too.
God, yeah, Tom Hanks is great.
Mid '90s, Tom Hanks was like huge. Like everything he did was great. Not really an action star, right? Like he didn't really have any action movies like Nicolas Cage or anybody like that, right? He was more like in just really good dramas. I mean, Big is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Burbs. And obviously I consider Forrest Gump to be fantastic, phenomenal, and great. So I've always been a humongous Tom Hanks fan. I think Castaway I even liked as well. And so I'm trying to catch up on some Tom Hanks vibes. I'd watched Sully earlier this year, which is a movie that was directed by Clint Eastwood. And that one was pretty good. But I wanted to watch Captain Phillips because Captain Phillips... we've all seen the meme of "I'm the captain now," and, and we probably seen that meme more than we've actually seen the movie. And so I saw that it was free, and I said, "Okay, fuck it, I'll give it a shot." It wasn't too long, and how can you go wrong with a Tom Hanks movie? It's just a simple. You know exactly what you're going to get, and it's based on a true story. You know that he's going to act his ass off. Now, it starts out. It's obviously the premise. It's like based on a true story. Back in 2009 about this. This captain of this big container ship, right? The ones that you see the huge containers on. It's over in Africa, and it gets basically taken over by Somali pirates. And the movie follows Captain Phillips and his struggle to really kind of overcome this situation, right? So it's tense from when the situation. It's one of those movies where a situation happens and you're living within that situation for the rest of the movie, right? So you've seen plenty of movies like this. It's kind of like, so it's kind of like a thriller, like it's tense, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, it didn't start off great, really, for something that I want to discuss with you and talk to you about. If you've seen in other movies, you feel the same way. Now, Tom Hanks's character, Captain Phillips, appears to be from Vermont. Okay. Now, you could probably already see where I'm going with this because Tom Hanks immediately starts off with a New England accent. Now, New England accents, as you've lived here in New England, you know exactly what it's like. We live in New England. We know how people from New England talk. Like, it's just a natural cadence. When it is done in a movie where it's slightly off, it's distracting and jarring. Have you realized this? Like, how do you feel about the Boston accent or the quote unquote New England accent? Like when you watch a movie, like if it's off, does it bother you?
Oh, gotcha. And I will go on a quick tirade. It's not just real quick. I also you can especially when you live in that region or whatever region. And I just don't want to focus on New England. It can definitely be off-putting. I will say this real quick. I lived in Minnesota for 7 years. And people remember the movie Fargo. And the problem I had with that is, especially where it was, I'm like, that was I can't, it's just, they expanded it. Like, it just got a lot worse than what it really was. They just made it bigger. instead of just simple. So yes, I was just like, oh, and it was a good movie, but I totally understand the dialogue taking a wrong dialogue can take you out of a movie. But yeah.
Right, especially with the wrong accent, and especially where you live in that region, and you're like, okay, so immediately I hear him, and I'm like, it's not terrible, but it's just subtly off enough where I was immediately like at the beginning, like, oh no, is he going to talk like this for the whole movie? I was immediately like, and I get it, it's the Vermont thing, and I'm like, okay, but maybe it's a slight Vermont accent. I don't even know what the hell Vermont accent is like, but it kind of just threw me off. But once the movie got going and, once the action began and, you go through this drama of, the Somali pirates taking over the ship, that kind of, I immediately forgot about that. So that was like, it kind of got over that immediately. And I really liked how, it showed how Captain Phillips, like his day started and he's going on the ship and his routines and everything like that. But it also showed like how the Somali pirates' lives were and like what led to them, making a decision to like hijack the ship. And so it kind of was like it was like a dichotomy that showed where both of these opposing forces were coming from before they were fated to go against each other and deal with each other in this particular situation. But it's not as clean cut as like there's these Somali pirates and there's bad guys and there's Captain Phillips and he's good guy. It's like, no, these are socioeconomic situations, and then this is what led to this situation in this movie that we're watching. And so that kind of colored the background. I thought that was really interesting, and I thought that the action itself and everything and just the tension and the building up and the dialogue, and especially the dialogue and the kind of acting between the main Somali pirate who says, I'm the captain now, and Tom Hanks, kind of how they're going against each other, that intensity was pretty damn good. But it was nothing that was, sort of mind altering and something that I've never seen. It was just a good, solid movie that you expect to kind of watch, and you kind of can see things coming, but you're kind of going with the ups and downs of what's happening. And so it was done really well. And it's got like the military and the CIA, not CIA, but it's got Navy SEALs going in there. So it's kind of got this like rah, like look what the military can do stuff. But it's also true though. Like if the United States wants to come and like take over your boat, like they're going to come and do it. And they're going to come over with warships and Navy SEALs, and you're just going to, even if you're doing your best and you have AK-47s, like you really can't compete with like just the full might of the military. So the situation gets resolved. And I only mention this, and I don't normally speak about like the endings of movies. I forget if Tom Hanks was nominated for this, but if he was nominated for this, he really should have been nominated for like the last like 10 minutes of the movie, because the last 10 minutes of the movie, like the way that he demonstrates like a person who has just gone through an incredibly traumatic experience was so spot on and so like emotionally jarring that I was like blown away. Like it was like a regular movie, and then Tom Hanks just took over with his fucking acting at the end. And dude, like I was fucking convinced that this man, because he's being checked to see if he's okay and to see like where he's wounded or anything like that, like after the situation, and he is like in shock. And the way that he just portrays that was so honest and real, that if obviously you do that for a whole movie, you're going to win an Oscar, but that was an Oscar winning scene performance at the end of this film, and definitely made this film, it was kind of like the cherry on top. Not one of the best films I've ever seen, but Tom Hanks is going to be Tom Hanks, and he was just really good in this movie, especially at the end. So that kind of made me get over, by sort of bullshit about his New England accent and my shit there. I'm going to kind of a gatekeep that situation, but
so before we go
just
on,
a good,
I was going to say,
solid movie.
It was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, not for Tom Hanks, but it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, but it didn't win anything, but Best Supporting Actor. The guy that played the lead pirate, Somali pirate, actually got nominated. But that was it. So yeah, it didn't win anything, but it was nominated for 6. But Tom Hanks was not even nominated. So
He should have been. He should have been nominated for an Oscar for. And I'm telling you, if you ever see this movie down the line and you ever just happen to watch it, and you watch that scene, dude, it's so like he just pulls you in with like he really does seem like a person that's in shock and in post traumatic, and it's like the way he's responding to like the doctor's questions and like the way she's doing. Dude, it felt like so fucking authentic. And if I had my way, I would have. I don't know what movies came out in 2013. That's a conversation for Saturdays. But he that was great, and that really kind of just it made me feel at a much higher level for the movie than the movie itself, if that makes sense, because it was like my last impression.
No, it's good. It's good to end off on a high note. So now's the question, Seto. Where are you putting Captain Phillips? Your 63rd movie.
Right now I'm putting Captain Phillips. Solid movie. I would recommend this movie to anybody. This is my number 20 movie. This is right under Ballerina. It might go higher depending on how I shift things around, but this is like a solid top 20 movie that I've seen this year. Peak Tom Hanks, despite the stupid ass accent. Because of course he kind of loses it at the end. He's Tom Hanks. But I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. It is a solid ass movie. Like, you know how Stone Cold Steve Austin calls his cats solid ass cats. This is a solid ass movie. It's number 20 right now. That may change and go higher, but I'm very comfortable with this movie being number 20.
Awesome. Well, at least we had one top 20 movie this talk.
Listen, the Slaughterhouse and anything that anybody wants to recommend, I'm down with it. If it's available and it's free and you want to fuck me over, go right ahead. Recommend anything. Clearly, we'll watch anything, as you have proven.
Yes.
Did you watch it back to back with Sharks?
No. I almost did.
Okay.
I came close, but I looked at the time and I was like, yeah. I literally watched it the next day. I came home from work. I actually saved it to my my list just to be like, fuck it. I knew when I saw that I was committed to doing it. I'm like, I had nothing else planned. I saw nothing else that jumped out. And I know I have other things, but I'm like, I'm going to do this as a joke. Because I know usually we go back and forth, and then I'm like, I'm going to just pull this out on Seto. He will never know it's coming. I just need a reaction.
I didn't. My reaction is honest. Like when you told me that, dude, it was like I marked out for that shit. That shit was great.
But I mean, if, as we always say, if anyone comments a movie, as long as we haven't seen it and as long as we can see it for free, we will definitely, find time to check it out, because we have basically, I think, like 76 more movies to go. At least, and it might go higher than that. I just know at 200, oh my God, it's going to be a celebration, because I'm assuming 200, it's going to come in December. It's going to be Terrifier 3 most likely, because we're going to do a Christmas movie. We got to do it. It just seems to fit. That seems to be the cherry on top of this whole thing. And it's not free yet, so I'm hoping it becomes free to the end of the year. But it might be one of the rare movies we buy, but we have not officially discussed it, talked about it. But it just felt like the right choice for our final movie to be Terrifier 3, because it's also Christmas. You don't have to like it. We don't have to like it. You don't have to put it at the top of your list. You can put it wherever you want. But that will be the cherry on top, end of the list, or something close. I don't know, because like I said, the numbers are a little off because we saw some doubles, but we'll get to it. So anyhow, that will do it for another episode. We will return next week, probably with some better movies than, there's no way. So. I saw 2 in the bottom 10 this week. And again, Shark Side of the Moon, I'm not saying it was bad, but cheesy bad, but it is watchable. Like I said, it felt like a movie. Where Shark Inside, I never fucking want to see. I don't think I will purposely watch another shark movie like that this year.
Oh, we need a break. Yeah,
I don't know what will happen next year, but this year.
This is for 2025, we're done with sharks.
Yes.
Shark Week is over.
It was 50 years of Jaws. You know what? This is for you, Jaws. But anyhow, no, do it. Go watch some better movies than what we watched this week, people. That's all I ask for you. And have a good one.